know these niggas ain't talking no real shit. Yeah, my brother, we gotta build the, like, niggas ain't talking no real shit in the goddamn Madden fucking game chat. Damn, I never thought of that, my brother. Goddamn. 2, 3, 4. Wait, which color rush? I don't know, fuck it, I'll just be on. Yeah, what? Oh. I couldn't do it, man. Like, yo, I'll be back later. So, I don't like being a part of that many people, period. There's more than like 3 or 4 people. I'm like, I'm good. I'm not going in that shit. Send me a trade for our or something.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
I was cracking the Dolphins niggas talking shit, talking about he gonna make it to the Super Bowl. You ain't going to the Super Bowl, nigga. Shut up. I ain't worried about you. You a non-fuck. Yeah, like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Didn't you know who Pat got season already? That nigga don't even know he got his years right.
Stop! 180!
Let's see what he's doing.
Mike 91! Rip right! Rip right! We got it! We got it! We got it! Watch the safety! Alert! 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 Motion! 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 Motion!
Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And some space here.
He got me with the shit, though. He got me
Touchdown, Chicago!
Look at it.
A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing. It seems like it goes right out the window.
Fumble celebration. Here we go. I'm gonna do that shit detail. Alright, embarrassed that. Jets, Bills.
Let's go, man. Let's go, Cincinnati.
Yeah, you know I'm trying, man. Appreciate it, man.
Here we go. Head Lobo. Here we go. Here we go. Fight.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check 24. Watch 24.
On the toss, Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they... Defenders getting chased, but I don't think they're going to get there.
Running back is running right past me.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Great effort there. 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Prater for the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They got to switch it up a little bit.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
She's looking bad as hell right now. Alright, let's see. Redskins, Masons.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And now a hook up downfield on second down. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for the Bengals. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Nixon will try the right side. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Team 6.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic. Usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Hey, alert! Red, bravo!
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky gonna let one fly for Rupp into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
He's checking crowd. Slam, slam, slam. 18.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Trubisky under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Set the tone, defense, let's go. 91.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's more on the return. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Deuce. Greystone, travel. Hey, Echo. Go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Joe Mixon, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Lock it. He's coming, double up.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 23-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Bengals 7.
Mark 38. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum?
And now off to the races, down the right side, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. As his guys are in for 6, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Zerline good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And to give this time to the tailback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
He's not going to get me. Shit! Watch it.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Here's Trubisky to throw. The catch is made by Riley Ridley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone, but sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever, and I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Trubisky to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returning it is Moore. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, They find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Mixon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. That means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
I never like really played with him in the franchise.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they run with Mixon. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 18-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And bring it. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
On 3rd and 2, Lawrence. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Markel Lee in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Stop pass to get his shutdown. Brian Burns need 2 sacks to get the of his X factor.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Alert, 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 alert. Check 25. Red, up. Mark 38, Mark 38, Mark 38.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Jay Leno. Whoever's tackle is Leno Jr. Excuse me, sir. I have somewhere to be.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
This is fielded at the 27.
Boy,
12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
65. 17's Mike.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
X3, 218, chopper. Give me some. Smooth. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Mike 7.
From the gun, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay, and the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep...
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
I'm going to go to the half. I'm going to take my 3 points. 3-point lead, go to the half. Put the ball back in a good position. Yeah, I mean.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
The final shot before break. Lawrence. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Brown forward over, okay? See what he did this team. We started. Now, you play Showtime this week. This one.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll they'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Hey, exit.
I push the wrong button.
Mike 17. Big stop. Big rip.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
General West. 17's Mike. Yep. 17. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike 17. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down. Lawrence. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
Oh, that should have been a touchdown.
There couldn't hang on.
Hey, I put that shit in perfect position. Come on.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. The bottom line is, no matter what,
I should have stayed in the fucking pocket
and cover him on every play.
Offensive passing interference.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
High 7. You man.
Man.
Don't be scared of it.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
17's Mike. Now. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Shoot.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Come on, D's, get this ball back.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
14, 17.
Here we go. Check. Switch.
Out of the gun, Trubisky.
Oh.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Damn, if I would have did that jump, that would have been a pick
Picked off
six.
at the 28.
That's just funny.
So that's
Called a
back-to-back
pick off
drives
his,
where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily,
tip
we look
pass
at the
off his
offense and say,
player's,
what's going
helmet.
on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get the
Damn,
run
man,
game
come on.
going.
Like,
This
what
is
the
Mixon,
fuck?
and he is met in his tracks
He
behind
in the same
line of
defense,
scrimmage.
right? Like, I ain't getting no
Call it a
hold.
loss of 2 on
Pick
the
like the
play.
same defense
And
right
that'll
here.
make it 2nd and 12.
Everybody getting open, man.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
61. Matchbox. Hit it.
Again, it's Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he
So
felt like he
already
needed
up
to
3,
make a
you
play,
need to
right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On 4th down, Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
Watch safety Green. Watch safety Green. Safety's Green.
That one 28 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On the run, it's Mixon, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's 2nd and 8. And he will take it away for a Bengals touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Bengals, they widen their lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
No.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
But with a capital B and 2 T's.
Ran,
91 is the mic. Mike 91. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now a handoff looking right. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. Excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
I know I ain't said no damn boy.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky.
Oh, he got it.
Going right, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
That was my fault. I should
Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That's the West.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
And
maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Check. Check. Hot route. Hot. He's checking. Crash. Joker. Hey, 18.
Now they try the right side here. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense as a scouting report?
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Hey, man. I don't know him, man.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Keep it shuffle. To the left.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Alert 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Single. I got a single on the bravo. Check.
On 4th down, Lawrence.
Get out the field, defense.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. In for the score. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Bengals, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Just changed up the whole shit. They should have E40 on there, man. Oh, man. Ooh. E40 would have been funny on that shit. Man, he threw more interceptions than fucking completions. He was 3 of 17 passing. God damn. Yeah, I was waiting for when he wasn't as gay and shit. Rondale Moore had his 2 touchdowns. Carter balled out like a motherfucker. Tony Outpack. Oh no, that's a Grant Delphi. That's when we changed it. Tony Outpack. What the fuck does that mean? What is advance? Oh, let me see this other nigga trying to play. How you gotta say it like that? Yeah. They say you get like the 49ers. I know you been in here all day playing again. We can run our game tonight. Let me see this new. That's what your old boy said. Alright. Let me see. Did he get his breakout? Nah. Malik Jefferson had a fucking breakout. He didn't get it. Can you get the Redskins user because I'm trying to play it and he's on? Time is going about 5 years. I'm about to kick this. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this shit off.